grim note, George Wendt passed away. Really great actor. You can check out Cheers on Paramount Plus right now if you want to get some remembrance. On lighter news, Sesame Street, we thought was in peril after we heard that PBS's funding would be pulled from the government. But relax. So far, looks like we're going to be okay. Beforehand, the Warner Brothers Discovery Network, aka Max, would have Sesame Street programming on there, and they wouldn't have it released for PBS or available for PBS way later if the deal was still on. However, Max is starting to walk away from children's programming. They're taking a step back, and Netflix has stepped on in. It looks like they're going to be having PBS's Sesame Street new episodes streaming on the app. But also, there is one change from the HBO deal. The new episodes of Sesame Street on Netflix will also run on the same day and date of PBS and the PBS Kids app. So it's a win-win situation. A lot of people were a little worried that you'd need Netflix in order to watch Sesame Street or have that for their kids anyway, because the kids can't buy Netflix. The parents would have to buy Netflix. And the whole point of PBS is it's free programming for your kids to watch, and it could be educational. You don't need Netflix, at least for now. If PBS is still going to be on the air, it will be available for both. I think that's pretty sick. On probably better news than what we would imagine, no one likes to hear about release date pushbacks, especially for the big MCU films that are in our lives, because oh, how we love MCU films. Oh, how are they the only reason that any person actually goes to the movies anymore? But guess what? You may have to wait a little bit longer for both Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Looks like Marvel Studios is pushing back the release date of both of the films directed by the Russo brothers. Doomsday has moved from May 1st, 2026 to December 18th, while Avengers Secret Wars moved from May 7th, 2027, and moved down to December 17th. 2027. It was going to be May 1st, 2026, Doomsday, then Spider-Man Brand New Day in July of the same year, all culminating for at least the saga Avengers Secret Wars in 2027 May. Looks like that ain't happening anymore. Instead, there's been no news about Spider-Man moving, but we're going to have Spider-Man first. Besides, so the next MCU film is Fantastic Four First Steps. It's coming out later on this year. That's the only movie left of the year MCU wise. The next one that we're going to see is next year, July 31st, Spider-Man Brand New Day. And a few months later in December is when we're getting Avengers Doomsday. And then the last film of the saga, so far anyway, will be a year from then in 2027. That's Avengers Secret Wars. How do you feel about this new change of release dates? I'm happy for it. I think that it's good. That means that they're trying to get their shit together, trying to figure out how exactly they're going to be releasing things on time. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm more excited about Spider-Man than I am about Avengers, because Spider-Man, there's a lot less for them to explain, at least I believe. But for Avengers, I feel like there's a lot of cleaning up they have to do. So I'm a little weary of it. I never played the video game, but Eldin Ring was a pretty big video game, known as one of the most difficult video games known to man. They have announced they're going to make a movie adaptation of said video game with A24 and Alex Garland behind the camera. I've mentioned Alex Garland a shit ton of times on Popcorn Poppin'. He's one of my favorite directors. I have not watched Warfare, and I wasn't the biggest fan of Civil War, which you can watch on Max, but Warfare you can rent for $20 right now. He also wrote Sunshine, which I highly recommend to rent for $4. He wrote and directed Ex Machina, which you can watch on Tubi, which is probably his most famous film. A lot of people love that one. But my personal favorite that he wrote and directed was Annihilation, which you can watch on Paramount Plus. So check those out if you want to get a feel of what his feel is going to bring to the Elden Ring video game adaptation film. Remember that movie Thanksgiving that I was always raving about? Well, guess what? We're going to get some more turkey based in stuff and violence from Eli Roth. Nell Verlaque. I think it's Verlaque. I think I put too much stank on it. She said, I think we'll be filming this year. I actually just saw Eli and we're talking about some pop points. And so I am excited for it. I'm excited as well. If you don't remember, Thanksgiving is one of the only Thanksgiving horror films that you're ever going to see. And you can check it out on Netflix right now. But I would wait until the holiday season, either during October or right at the end of October or November 1st to get excited for the juicy Thanksgiving holiday. But Thanksgiving 2 may come out next year if they're thinking about filming this year. Hopefully so. And finally, for news, the Yellow Jackets television show that I have been so wary of is going to come back, which I guess is good. I just would rather hear the news of it ending with this next season, but they've been renewed for season 4. They had a 5-season plan before. It looks like they're going to kick it into gear again, with 4 not being the last one. That's not official news, but season 3 was apparently their most watched to date. That's a bummer for me because I think they're going to be dragging some shit along.